Hey guys, welcome back to my Dark Souls guide. We are in the second episode and we are starting here at the Firelink Shrine. This is the part of the game that you get to right after you beat the Northern Undead Asylum. And it's basically the beginning of Dark Souls. Now here in the beginning of this part, you would just want to go up here and basically you're just going to collect a few items. If you go up these stairs here, you can bypass this guy for now. He's not really that important. He will allow you to join his covenant later on, and you can get some miracles which are spell based. And for this guy, I'm not really going to be using miracles, so I'm not going to worry about him. And so if you go up here, you can collect another item, Soul of a Lost Undead. And then if you go to one of these doorways here and you jump down, you will go through this little hallway here and you'll come across an area here with a lot of chests that you can open up, and you're just going to want to open up these and you'll get some miscellaneous items. Some which are helpful. Homeward Bone is a pretty good item which allows you to teleport back to the last bonfire you were just at, which can be pretty helpful. Cracked Red Eye Orb, which allows you to invade other worlds if you're going to be doing any PvP. And then once you go down here, this is the graveyard, and there's a lot of skeletons that will appear and start chasing you. They are too difficult to fight at this time, and you cannot even kill them. They will respawn. So you're just going to want to run out of this area and go back up to the beginning. Unless you're feeling a little gutsy, there's several items that you can get down here which you can get early. I'll demonstrate here just running through and getting the items and not really trying to fight the enemies. So if you run all the way back here into the back of the graveyard, you can get this Y-hander, which is a pretty powerful two-handed weapon that requires a significant amount of strength to use. Binoculars. But you want to try to avoid the enemies, which I did not do. As you can see, you can easily get killed in this area, which is why I do not recommend spending a lot of time here. And all of these skeletons are coming after me. Uh-oh, I am almost dead. Drink a couple Sunny Delights here. There are my souls. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna make it out alive. Okay. After a few tries, I've received my souls. Let's get out of here before we die. Run away from you. Get out of here, skeleton. We do not want to fight you right now. Let's go back to the bonfire. And let's level up before we lose the rest of our souls. So I think I'm just gonna put one in vitality, endurance, and strength. Should be good for now. A little more health, some strength, and then increase our stamina and equipment load a little. So after you get the items there, then you're gonna want to go here to the next part, which there's gonna be a few enemies here. And be careful of the guys up there, because one of them will throw fire bombs at you, which can do a lot of damage. So you're just gonna want to be careful, but it's not too difficult if you just focus on killing one enemy at a time. And I recommend going up here and killing these guys first, since he's gonna throw things at you. Oh, bye. Now, there is an item over there on that bridge, but it's a little difficult to get, but with a little practice you should be able to get it. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run, and you're going to want to roll over to the other side like that. But you have to time it just right in order to get to the other ledge. If you miss, you'll fall off and plunder to your death, which doesn't look like fun because that is a very, very, very far distance down. So let me just try to demonstrate how easy it is to get across. Hopefully I don't screw it up. But you just want to run and then press B or the circle button, depending on which controller you're using. For me it's circle. And then you will just roll across. And then when you get all the way over here, you will receive this ring here, the ring of sacrifice, which I will probably want to equip. It says lose nothing upon death but breaks. So if you have a lot of souls that you're not wanting to lose, and then you happen to die, the ring will break, but you will save all of your souls, which can be helpful in a situation that's pretty difficult. If you have a lot of souls built up and you're far away from a bonfire, that ring would be helpful to use. So let me just see if I can make it back across. And I did. I've fallen off at that spot so many times playing this game. It doesn't look too difficult, but it's definitely harder than it looks, so just have to practice, and with a few tries you should definitely be able to get it. I mean, the item isn't an essential item in the game, but it can be helpful at times, so I would recommend getting the ring. Can't go through that door right now, it's locked. Later there'll be a key that you get that you can unlock that door, which you will see later on. But for now we're just going to go up here. And there are a few enemies here to fight, pretty basic. And then right there, that mechanic that I just used was parrying. It takes a little bit of practice to get good with, but it's really effective in killing enemies. Basically all you want to do is wait for the enemy to perform its attack, and right when he uses his attacking motion you want to hit the R2 or excuse me, the L2 or the LT button, depending on if you're using PlayStation or Xbox controller. And when you do that just right, you can parry his attack and then go in for a counter attack, which will inflict grievous wounds on your opponent and most likely kill them. So let me try to demonstrate here. So when your opponent goes in for an attack, you just try to parry right here like that, and if you time it right, you will be able to counter attack your opponent and kill them, which I'm doing a poor job at right now. Let me try here one more time. Okay, let me just kill this guy since apparently I cannot parry him. Let me try this on somebody else so I can demonstrate. Let's try it on this guy here. So when he goes right in for an attack, you will want to, like that, be able to parry him. But the action didn't perform correctly since I didn't attack fast enough, and I was gonna die, so I just decided to kill off those guys quickly. There's an item back there that you might miss on your first time going through, so just come to this door and go to the left here, and hidden behind the staircase is a lost soul of an undead. Ooh. And there goes the dragon. He is an optional boss to fight later. He's pretty difficult to fight and is not required, but if you choose to, you can definitely fight the boss. Now, there's one thing I forgot to mention here. If you go over here, back right where we were, if you bust down through these barrels, you can go down here and get several items. There's going to be some more enemies to fight here, but there are a couple items that you can get if you choose to. But just be careful when you're going through this area, because these undead enemies do climb up from the sides of the railing, and they can definitely catch you off guard and kill you when you're not paying attention. So just watch out when you're going through this area. And you go here, you get a humanity, which are really good items in the game, which allow you to turn human and ultimately allow you to summon people into your world to help you fight bosses, or NPC fight players that can help you with the bosses as well. And also using humanities to kindle the fire. Okay, so when you come across this area, I want to defeat a few enemies here. And what I recommend doing is killing these guys and running up here. Once you kill this crossbowman. I highly recommend unlocking this bonfire so you do not have to do what I just did and go all the way back to the Firelink Shrine. So once you light that bonfire and rest here, then you can start from this point rather than having to start all the way back there where we just were. Okay, so once you kill off a few of those enemies there, you can collect this item, wooden shield. Not too great, but oh well. Come on. Anyways, once you collect those that item and kill those guys there, you can come over here and fight these two guys here. It can be a little difficult to fight since there's two of them, but they're not too difficult to beat if you time it right. You can just go after one person at a time, just like that, and kill them. And you can go down here through this staircase, and watch out because there's a guy hiding behind the bookcase here. And kill him. And then after that you can go through this doorway here, and there will be a merchant, the first merchant in the game. But be careful, because if you accidentally kill him, then he will never respawn and you won't be able to use him for the rest of the game. So if you plan on using this merchant, I would not kill him because he doesn't respawn, like I said. And if you look, he has some items here that are helpful. The Residence Key opens Residence and Undead Burg, which is helpful. Repair powder, throwing knives, just some miscellaneous items that are good to use. And if you're wanting to use any type of archery, this is the only merchant in the game that sells the regular standard arrows and standard bolts for using bows and crossbows. So unless you want to spend your money on fire or poison arrows that are a lot more, you definitely want to keep this merchant alive if you're going to be using a bow. So he really doesn't have anything useful for me right now. These items are pretty good. Repair box and bottomless box. You can manage your inventory at the bonfire, and then of course you can repair your weapons at the bonfire, which is good because otherwise you'd have to go to merchants to repair your items, which they're pretty spread out throughout the game, so it requires a lot of walking in order to get to the merchants. So for now I'm just going to leave this merchant. If you go through his lore, then you will get I guess he doesn't give you anything. But anyways, if you keep him alive, then he has some pretty good items that you can use. And if you travel down this way, here is another little area with some enemies. Climb up here, and there's an item that you can get, throwing knives. Now, if you time it right, you can run and jump off the ledge and land over there, which will allow you to go to another area that has some more items. If you just run and roll off like that, you can land over here, which brings you to the top of this building that we were already in. And if you go up over here, you will receive a crossbow and 16 standard bolts, which isn't bad if you're planning on using a bow. Crossbows are more powerful than a regular bow, but require a longer time to shoot and reload. So I'm going to go back here to the bonfire and rest here. I got 2,700 souls. I'm going to level up. Can level up 3 times. I think I will put some more on. I think I'll do some of that. 2 vitality and 1 strength for now. Give me a little bit more health and some more power with my weapon. Okay, so this next part can be a little tricky. There's going to be 3 guys up here that are throwing fire at you. And they can reach you from this bridge, so if you stand on the bridge for a significant amount of time, you will get hit by the fire. So what you're going to want to do is just immediately run past the guys up there through the bridge. But there's going to be several enemies in here that you're going to have to fight. Or you can just fall off the ledge. I don't know how it happened, but that's pretty bogus. I don't know what happened there. Excuse me for my noobish actions there. Let's try that again. Okay, so, like I said before, you're just going to want to run across here and not fall off like an idiot like I just did. And then you're going to come across some enemies in this room. Make sure that you kill these enemies. As long as you take your time, they're not too difficult. And then when you come in here, there's going to be another room here with box with some items in it. And then you just kill this guy in here. And then you can go in here and open the chest, but there's going to be a guy back here hiding, as you can see, and he's going to try to ambush you. So just be careful of him. Just want to lure him out and then kill him. He's trying to be a little sneaky. So just kill this guy really quick so he doesn't kill you before you see him. Then you come in here and you can open this chest. And you can get 5 black fire bombs. They're decently powerful weapons to use against certain enemies. And then when you come up here, there's going to be some more people up here. 3 of these guys here, they all have fire. So I guess the best strategy that I would use here is just to try to lure one of them out and try to kill that one really quick before the other ones can start throwing fire at you. Or you can just run in and try to attack them all at once and kill them quickly, but that has a high risk of dying. But as you can see, I'm just trying to lure one of these guys, or I guess 2 of them, and it looks like they're glitched in the wall, so just go in here and try to kill them. A couple swings and they are dead. And I'm gonna go in here and just finish this last guy off. Then if you choose, you can go up here and kill these guys on this ledge over here. You collect the item that they're guarding you. Pretty simple enemies for now. Soul of a Lost Undead. Some random cloth armor, hollow warrior armor. Okay. Then you can go in this room here if you chose the master key. This is the first door that unlocks, which is pretty helpful. And then you go out here in this chest and you can get an item. Gold pine resin, which I'll show you that really quick. Applies lightning to right hand weapons, so if you equip this to your weapon, you can have a weapon for a short time with lightning on it, which will do bonus damage to certain enemies. And typically the enemies that are down here, those 3 don't come at you right away, but before you want to go down here, it's best to go up here because there's a sneaky crossbow guy up here, and he will give you some trouble if you chose to go down there first. He will start shooting at you and probably kill you, so I recommend killing him first. Then when you go down here, you can try to lure these guys out, kill them. You just wait for them to use one of their attacks, and you can go in and attack them after and get some damage. Kill those guys. It might take a few tries. I remember when I first started, I had a lot of trouble killing these 3 guys. They seemed to always kill me. But if you just be patient and go in at the right times, you can easily kill those enemies. And then going up the ladder here to this next area, you're going to watch out. This guy up here is going to throw a barrel on fire down here, so if you just walk part of the way up, and once he lights it on fire, you can run back down and just miss the barrel. And then you can go and kill this little sucker that's trying to kill you. Alright. So after we kill him, go up here. And then the master key unlocks this other door here. And if you go down the steps here, eventually you're going to reach a point where there's going to be a really tough enemy that you are most likely not going to be able to kill. And that's the character that's wearing what is known as Havel's armor, one of the most powerful armor in the game. This guy right here. He can easily one-shot you with his club, so I recommend not fighting this guy at all right now. All of the equipment that he has you cannot use currently, so there's no point in even fighting him, and he will easily kill you, and if you have a good amount of souls you will probably lose them, and if you go back to collect him you might die again. So I would just run from this guy or not even go down there. I was just showing you what is down there, and it leads to this guy right here who is very difficult to fight. So it's in your best interest to not try to fight him, and if you happen to lure him out, he will chase you all the way up here. So it is best to just avoid him for now. So instead of going through the door, you're going to want to go up the steps. After you go up the steps, you will want to find... Well, I thought he backed off, but apparently he still chased after me and then killed me. Well, that is very unfortunate. That is why you do not want to go after that guy. Okay, so now we are back to where we were when we just got killed, so let's go back up here where we were. Let me recollect my souls. Okay, now, when you get to this level here, you're going to want to break all of these barrels. And when you break a certain one, this lizard will pop out. And he's going to try to run. You're going to want to kill him, or at least attempt to kill him. They will respawn if you happen to not kill it. And you'll get some pretty good items, Twinkling Titanites and Titanite Chunks, which will be really helpful later in the game. These items are useful when reinforcing weapons and armor. Certain items require certain items, and Twinkling Titanites are really good, especially for certain items later in the game. You're going to want to have a lot of those in order to reinforce certain weapons and armors that you're going to use. Now, when you enter in this white light here, what you're going to want to do is immediately turn around and climb up the ladder. When you get to the top of the ladder, there's going to be 2 enemies here with crossbows. You kill those enemies quickly, and then you go back down the ladder. And then you're going to come across the second boss right here. He's going to jump down from up there, and then when he jumps down, immediately turn around and run the other way. And then about the best strategy for this boss is just to run up the ladder here, dodging his swing here. And as soon as you get to the ladder, you're going to want to jump off and swing your sword and hit him right in the head. And as soon as you get off of the boss's head, just turn around and run as fast as you can to the other side of the map. And then when you get about 3/4 of the way over to the other side of the map, you just want to turn around and run the other way and die. Okay, so we are back in the boss room. Last time didn't go so well for me, so let me try to demonstrate again a good strategy to use. Apparently I didn't do very good the first time since I died. But as you all know, this is a very difficult game, and even for an experienced player, there are still times when you can screw up and die just like everybody else. So again, what you're going to want to do is run to the other side of the room, or the bridge I guess, and then turn around and run back and climb up the ladder. And then jump down on his head and attack, and then run to the other side. And then when you get far enough over, you want to turn around and try to dodge him and run the other way. Climb back up the ladder again. Hopefully if you did this at a good enough time, you can dodge his attack that he hits, and then jump off, hit him again, and then you just rinse and repeat that process a few more times. You should have no trouble beating the boss. As you can see, the first time I screwed up and I died, so there's definitely some times where you can get killed. But if you just do the same process, you can dodge his attack, climb up the ladder, use your attack when you jump off of the ladder, hit the boss, and you can kill him. I'm just going to try to hurt him. Finish the boss here using the same process. One or two more times here and I should be good. Hopefully I don't screw it up and die again. Okay, here he comes. Turn around and run. That didn't work out too well. As you can tell, I screwed it up and I'm getting hit. I happen to get lucky. Make it up. And boom, there you go. That is one of the easiest ways to kill that boss. One thing I will have to note though, if you do climb up the ladder and you stay in there for a few seconds, he will jump up and start attacking you from up there, so if you are going to use that strategy, you definitely want to get up there fast and jump off immediately. Otherwise, he will jump up there and start attacking you, and it'll be much more difficult to fight the boss up there. There's a small area and you don't have much room to dodge his attacks, so I recommend definitely using that strategy, but be careful in the fact that he will jump off of there and try to kill you. And if you come there and break the barrel, there's another item. It's kind of hard to see. And then you come across this next part here. And if you come down here, there's a fellow that you're going to talk to. Knight Solaire.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow. I am, now that I am no.
I've already been through his dialogue before, so basically you can listen to what he has to say, and he gives you the white summon soapstone, which allows you to be summoned in other players' worlds to help with boss fights,
We are in
and you can
strange
also summon
beings
this
in a strange
NPC
land.
on
The
most boss
flow of
fights,
time itself is
and he will help
convoluted,
you with playing the
heroes
bosses.
centuries old
And
phasing
some
in and
bosses are
out.
very difficult, so having someone
There's no
else help you
telling
with
how
the
much
boss
longer
is
your
definitely
world and
helpful.
mine will remain in contact. But use this
So,
to
talking
summon
to
one
him
another as spirits,
is
cross
useful
the gaps between the
in
worlds,
the fact that
and
he will help
engage
you out
in
later on in
purely
the game
cooperation.
with some of the
Of course,
bosses.
we are not the only
And
ones
I
engaged
personally
in
have
this,
used him
but
in
I am a
a lot of
warrior
my
of the
playthroughs to
sun.
help with boss fights,
Spot my
and he
summoning
actually is
signature
pretty helpful.
easily
So,
by
talking
doing
to
it.
him
If
is
you
highly
miss it,
recommended.
you must be blind.
So guys, there you have it. There's Knight Solaire, the main NPC in the game, who is a part of the Sunbros Covenant, which is a covenant that you can unlock here shortly. But I think that is a good stopping point for me in this part of the guide here. Stay tuned until next time for another guide. I'm gonna have the next part of the game uploaded, which we will be going through here shortly. So stay tuned for more, and until next time, see you later guys.